The season 5 end of finale. Wait, what? The finale of season 5 of Miraculous has been contentious to say the least, especially when season 4 existed. Nobody could agree on that ending. Everybody either loved it or hated it, or were all at each other's throats. But the collective disdain that this season's finale has garnered has honestly surprised me, especially as someone who didn't hate it as much. And the longer I thought about it and let it simmer in my psychosis, I believe I understand what the showrunners or writers were going for. It is like the reverse of season 4, where everybody could see the vision, they could see the vibe, but me. So let me try and explain to you what the master game plan of season 5 was supposed to be, and how a lot of people used to think we were bullshitting when we said Adrian isn't the main character. They're like, no, Marinette, but now they're saying, oh my god, Adrian is being misrepresented. Y'all really thought we were bullshitting. But anyway, let me explain everything and give you my take. First and foremost, a lot of people deceived themselves into believing that season 5 was the end, the show would not continue. But Miraculous as a show, if we're being honest with ourselves, should be a 3, maybe 4 season show. But they stretched it out to season 5. Like the Gabriel Agrest arc that everyone is calling it should have been 3 seasons, but it's 5. And now they were moving into another phase. This show might end up being 8 or 10 or 12 seasons. I don't see this show wanting to end soon, but the thing that the creators need to realize is that Miraculous is not at its peak anymore. They are riding off the high of season 2, season 3, where everybody and their grandmother was talking about this show, where you could make an edit and it will get you 15 million views. I made 2 shit posts and they're still to this day the most popular videos on my channel by a landslide, and that worries me because this show just sells, but it doesn't sell anymore. So dragging it out doesn't make sense, but they've already dragged out too much, and now I feel like they're trying to condense things, but I'm waffling around. Let's get to season 5. Now the ending did not have Adrian Agrest, which is the biggest sticking point for a lot of people. This is the end. This is when he's fighting his dad. This is game time. As I said in my live reaction, this is an Avengers level threat. Why aren't all the Avengers here? But they were, except one. But what an analogy to me, I'll use the Avengers analogy. We did not watch Endgame. We watched Civil War. And was there somebody missing in Civil War? I don't think anyone important was missing in Civil War. Hawkeye was there, and that's the only character that matters. But yeah, right now Gabriel is not the end. It's Lila. Lila is the Thanos of this world, this universe, and Gabriel's defeat was set up for her, which was the biggest mistake they could have made. That was mistake number 1. They didn't want people to think, okay, this is the end, everyone can go home. They needed to set up for Lila coming into the picture. So instead of them having a satisfying conclusion to Gabriel's arc, it was a conclusion and a setup. Which again, it's all this stupid Marvel thing is what DC tried to do. Everything is an interconnected universe. Things can't be standalone. They didn't want to end their show yet. They had more story they wanted to tell, and they didn't know how to do that, how to connect these 2 things without kind of undercutting one arc for another. They didn't know how to just end things, and they still had more they wanted to come up. You could have just had the Gabriel arc end on a satisfying conclusion and then just start a new season. Everyone's like, oh whoa, new season, and then just have Lila be introduced and then do all the setup for that in its new standalone season or its new arc without jeopardizing the previous one. Or it could be like Steven Universe. Have Steven Universe the show and then the Steven Universe future. But the Miraculous crew cannot do that. They couldn't smoothly transition that. But also the other sticking point is Adrian not being there. Adrian had to be ejected from the story, and people don't understand why. And as an avid Adrian lover, y'all know me, this channel is 60% his, the other 40% belongs to Stolas. They did not know how to write Adrian out of the picture because they did not want Adrian to know about Gabriel, Marinette, and Lila. Marinette needed to find out who Hawkmoth was. Hawkmoth needed to find out who Ladybug was, but Cat Noir still couldn't find out either of those two, because I feel like they're going to use that as a sticking point to have Lila use against Adrian or Cat Noir, because the whole story, I've been saying this for a while, that it feels like we're building up to a Cat Noir versus Ladybug scenario where they are both on opposing sides, they're both villains, or sorry, they're both enemies or something. And if Lila, let's say Gabriel is the level 1 boss, Lila is the level 2 boss, maybe Adrian will be the final boss, where these two people who have been together since day one, yin and yang, one of them falls to evil. And the only way you can get Adrian to turn to the dark side, aside from his father being evil, is finding out not only was his father evil and he was lied to, but it was all done by Marinette. Not just Ladybug, but Marinette. That's a 2-for-1 combo. And that's why I said Lila is a homewrecker, but I also don't believe Lila knows Ladybug is Marinette. But at the end of season 5, she says, oh, see you, Marinette. But if Lila knows Marinette is Ladybug, she has no reason to keep it a secret unless she just wants to destroy Marinette's life specifically. Whereas Gabriel was always, they tried to make him a sympathetic villain where he's doing everything for his wife. With Lila, we don't know the reason. She's just evil for evil's sake, which for me, I guess is kind of compelling. She's more of a threat, whereas Gabriel, I didn't care for his reasons, so even trying to play it up didn't make any sense. But now it's a situation of, oh, but Adrian has a reason. He's been lied to and sheltered. His dad has done it, and now his partner is doing it. And even though the show likes to paint Marinette as always being in the right, it doesn't shy away from showing us that, yeah, she makes mistakes, and the consequences to her mistakes are very bad. For her first mistake, causing Master Fu's identity to be revealed, and him losing his memories and guardianship. Second mistake, losing all the Kwames to Hawkmoth. And now the third mistake is getting Gabriel, like, well, she didn't kill him, but revealing to Gabriel and everything. Now the fourth mistake, and I could argue is the biggest one, is her revealing herself to revealing the secret that she knew all along, that Gabriel Agreste was evil, but she lied about it. And if Ladybug and Cat Noir still don't know each other's identity, it could become a sticking point for Cat Noir to break away from Ladybug, but Ladybug doesn't know why, and Cat Noir would just explode saying, you've always been like this, we're supposed to be a team, but you always like taking the reign, and you electively choose not to tell me things, because she still didn't tell him about the whole Shat Bala nonsense. And I still believe the nightmares are still haunting Adrian, but we don't know. There's a lot of things I can see. That's why I said I see the vision, I see the vibe. They just could not stick the landing, but I have to give it to the poor writers. Whereas you're given a task where the creator of the show says, hey, I want this finale to have this and this character, but I don't want that character to be here. How do you, the audience, write a finale where Adrian doesn't find out Gabriel is Hawkmoth or Marinette is Ladybug, but we still have all the epic fights and everything without just plucking him out of there? So the writers gave him a lot more screen time and importance throughout the series. They even gave him a solo fight with a villain before the finale to kind of soften the blow. They were kind of given a bad hand, but if I was writing it, I'd still have Adrian be there, but maybe he gets concussed or something, and then okay, then how will Ladybug take his ring without her finding his identity? I don't know. Put him in Natalie's room, or throw him under a blanket and remove the ring, or shove him in a cupboard. But then again, Hawkmoth would find him. But it would also be ironic, because if he wasn't sent to London, if Hawkmoth finds Adrian in a pantry or something, he'd just think, oh, that's my son, whatever, not knowing it was Cat Noir and Marinette took his ring. Hell, have Marinette dump him in Adrian's room, because she thinks Adrian is somewhere else safe. She dumps Cat Noir in Adrian's room and removes his ring, and like she doesn't look or whatever. And it's the irony of Adrian being in his room. I can understand why they just had to put him somewhere, but they didn't have to put him in London. And also Kagami, who has had her status, I won't call her a protagonist, but she's one of the main bitches now in the show, but she also got shoved away. And there's so many plot threads that are still left unthreaded. And Miraculous has a weird way of bringing things back all the way from season 1 to bring you full circle. So with the Senti monster theory, we still have to unpack that has been softcore confirmed. A lot of things. Also, I need to clarify, in my last video where I live reacted to the finale, I thought the woman in the seat was Adrian's mom. No, it's Felix's mom. Gabriel made the wish to swap places with Natalie, to heal Natalie, and he goes and joins his wife. Now also that also is the villain won, but did he really? Because I was thinking when I first finished watching this, what was the point? What was the reason? You know, we spent 5 seasons fighting this guy, making sure he doesn't win, only for him to win at the end. So literally, what was the goddamn point? But I took a breath. Remarkable for me when it comes to Miraculous. Season 5 got a lot of goodwill from me. I will not be doing this much Lego against season 6. I'm fighting for you guys right now, okay? Be grateful. But the wait, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the villain one. You can always say, oh, the villain winning, the heroes don't always win, because at the end of the day, Marinette has been getting L after L since season 3, and makes you wonder, what was the point? You should have just given Gabriel the Miraculous since episode 1. But I guess maybe the show is trying to say, oh, through constantly battling evil, good changes have happened. Oh look, if they hadn't been fighting Hawkmoth, the Bustiers would have still been in power, but now the Bourgeois would have still been in power, but now Miss Bustier is running everything and things are better. Oh, now thanks to fighting Gabriel, Felix got the Miraculouses, now he's in a better place and he got a girlfriend. Marinette and Adrian together through the adversity of fighting Gabriel. But if they just giving Gabriel the ring in the first episode, he might have just traded places with somebody, maybe given half his health to Amelie, whatever, and both parents are alive but in half health, whatever. We are being given a scenario where, oh, the villain won, but the journey to defeat him was the whole point. The message is not messaging, but I kind of understand it, because again, if they just caved to Gabriel in the first season, changes wouldn't be made. And I guess they're also trying to show that, oh, Marinette's speech kind of did get to him, because he did sacrifice himself instead of Natalie instead. But it was just such a 180, because he stung her and got her ring and said, oh, he still has a way, being stubborn. But I guess it's his stubbornness of, okay, you've convinced me, but you've convinced me to sacrifice myself. I guess they didn't, again, it's the tonal issues. Gabriel did get convinced by Marinette's words, but he still went through with his plan, but instead to save Natalie. It could have been, instead of him saying, oh, Marinette, I do have a plan, like him being evil, because the whole time he was unifying the Kwamis, whatever, talking to them, it still felt like he was going to trade his life for his wife. That's why I was so confused, because I did not think he was like, read my mind, read my heart. It's like, I guess they wanted to be, oh, plot twist, Marinette's speech did get to him, but no, motherfucker, he still made the wish. That was the one thing he was not supposed to do. So the villain won, but not really, because he didn't do the villainous thing. But we were told that even a good wish is not good, because you'll be sacrificing something. But he sacrificed himself, you guys. Oh, the writers were given such a bad hand. They tried their best this season, but the way they were told to go about things, maybe they wanted Lila to be a villain before Adrian, but I would have liked if this whole Gabriel whatever nonsense turned Adrian into a villain, then have Lila be the final level 3 villain. But whatever, that's how I interpret this season finale. It's not a, oh my god, I'm gonna burn everything to the ground, but it's also not a, oh, this is the best thing that ever happened. Again, I still don't understand people who like season 4, but I love season 5 and people despise it, or people liked it but they were waiting for the ball to drop, and now they're like, see, TVC, I told you, I knew they were gonna drop the ball, that's why I didn't even have hope. But you have to admit that there were some amazing episodes this season, and it's because of those amazing episodes that I can see what they were trying to go for. But Lord have mercy, I don't know any other way. I can't say they picked the worst route. There was I guess they picked the worst route. I was gonna think there's several other ways they could have made this so much worse, but they made the best of their situation. They made the blandest lemonade they could out of these lemons, but it's still drinkable. To some people it might not be, other people might have a more higher spice tolerance, no, not spice, lemonade, bitter tolerance than others. But yeah, that's how I see it. But let me know how you see it. What's your overview of the season? Have I changed your mind? Have I convinced you? Have I brought something to light that you didn't consider? Or do you not just care? Am I missing something? You can let me know. I'm not like the show where I don't take criticism and just go gung-ho off a cliff. Or who knows, maybe they did take like fan feedback and that's why season 5 was good. Or tailored to me. Who knows? The writers might be watching my YouTube videos and cater specifically to my tastes. And that's also a theory, but I'm pretty sure I'm wrong. Don't take that. Don't spread that as rumor. Oh my god, the YouTubers are influencing this show. That would be wild. But I've waffled and rambled on for long enough. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you to my Patreons. You keep the lights on. And thank you to all of you. I hope you have a happy holidays. And yeah, that's gonna be all from me, folks. Thanks so much for clicking to watch. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. And with that being said, this is TVC. Mwah. Signing out.